The soldier had been dead for 8 hours, yet the genius scientist Klein planned to bring him back to life in 2.5 minutes. His assistant, Leah, carefully strapped the device onto the soldier's head, attached a half-meter-long steel needle, and gently lifted his eyelids. As the needle auto-calibrated, it quickly locked onto the target point. The team activated the program. The needle hovering over the eyeball suddenly drove straight in, reaching the prefrontal lobe at the back of the brain. Instantly, a massive stream of data surged through the needle and transferred into a special storage unit nearby. Next came Klein's critical step, transferring the dead man's consciousness into a robot, achieving a different form of immortality. This was already experiment number 345, and the repeated failures weighed heavily on Klein. He put on his VR headset, and the robot's brain structure appeared before him. While calmly issuing instructions to Leah, he operated with precision. As the experiment progressed, the robot's brain began to glow, proof that consciousness was transferring. Klein's job was to ensure each part of the consciousness landed in the correct region of the robot's brain. The light grew brighter and brighter, shimmering like a galaxy. Soon, the glow faded, then went completely dark. The consciousness transfer was complete, but the activation sequence that followed was the true test, the part that determined whether the experiment would succeed. When Leah pressed the activation button, the robot slowly lifted its head. Memories and data inside its brain began spinning to life. Klein stepped forward and tried to wake its consciousness.
Sergeant Kelly, do you hear me?
Louis, now awake, instinctively moved his hands, only to realize his body was no longer human.
Who am I?
Hearing him respond, Klein was ecstatic. But as he explained what had happened, the robot grew terrified. Louis's consciousness began to collapse, triggering rejection. He started violently destroying his new body. Klein immediately ordered the experiment stopped, declaring the implant a failure. Leah rushed to shut the robot down, but the robot blocked the system and tried tearing its own head off. Seeing this, Klein knew the robot would be destroyed if this continued. He yanked the power connection, ending the experiment and marking yet another failure. News of the robot's self-mutilation reached the boss quickly. The boss warned him that if he didn't deliver results soon, investors would pull out and the project would be shut down. Klein begged for more time. After the boss left, Klein noticed a reminder he had set. Today was supposed to be a family outing, but that weekend, Klein would lose everything he loved. But the next second, tragedy struck again. A roadside tree suddenly fell. The trunk pierced straight through his wife. The car lost control, smashed through the guardrail, and plunged off the cliff into a lake. Water swallowed the back of the car. When Klein regained consciousness, his wife was already dead, and all 3 children in the back seat had drowned. A once happy family of 5 had become just him. Klein couldn't accept it. Grief-stricken, he held his wife, but her cold body reminded him there was no going back. Then a bold idea hit him. He immediately called Leah, and 2.5 hours later, she arrived. Klein opened the trunk, pulled out the consciousness extractor, returned to the crash site, and transferred each family member's consciousness into storage devices. Then he raced back to the lab that same night, determined to bring his loved ones back with his own hands.